It is a huge pleasure to be here, and I'm going to start with a quick question. Have you ever been stuck in a friend zone? Or know somebody who got stuck in a friend zone? For all best intentions and purposes, it is painful to watch. And I'm a mother of young adults now, and I have that lived experience. And it is still painful to watch. Why do I start like that? It's because Canada, for all the best intents and purposes, if not there in a friend zone, very close to being there. And we need to move out of there. So I'm here to talk about the intersection of trade and development. I am so Canadian that I've lived through 23 years of winter, and I'm still here. But I'm so African that I know where my great-great-grandfather is buried. I'm a first-generation immigrant, and I love these two places dearly. And for the first time in my 23 years, this past Christmas, I was in Kenya. I was away from Ottawa, and I actually told somebody that I want to go home, and I wanted to come back to Ottawa. Why do I start with all this? It's because Canada is nice. Canada is a good development partner. Canada is a good peacekeeper. And Canada is called on every time there's trouble anywhere in Africa. But is that the best thing that we can do? For both the Canadians and the Africans, and for people like me who have legs in both places, is that the best thing we can do? I think development is a great thing. But in every language in the world, there is that part about, don't give me a fish, teach me how to fish. And by insisting on being a good development partner, Canada is doing a disservice. Now, I'm not saying that they will say there's trouble in the DRC, there's trouble and Canada don't get up and do something. But if that's what we are known for, and the little lovely, like a maple leaf on luggage tags and everything else, we are not doing what we could. And and you will forgive me again because of the young adults I have in my house. I'll say FOMO. We fear of missing out on the action and trade and activities on Africa, and yet we are too timid to get in. Canadian, like I come, if I haven't said so already, I come from Uganda, I come from East Africa, and I grew up, what paid my school fees is coffee. I come from a farming family, and I know everything about coffee. Ask me. I don't drink it because otherwise I'll be wired. I'll be bouncing off of this wall. But I know everything about coffee. But if Canada is thinking about helping with the coffee, and the word that comes to me about help is a bad word, because we should not be helping. We should be collaborating. We should be developing this value chain and bringing every interest that Canada knows, the fair trade practices, the fairness in making everything, and teaching the people that grow this coffee the best farming practices. How do you look after the land? How do you do the silos? In doing that, Canadian companies benefit and African companies benefit. And the African woman in my village, when she brings her coffee to the coffee miller, she will get a fair price because we have worked with it. This business of insisting on development, honestly, makes it look as if we cannot engage on one-on-one. If I walked in here asking for assistance, I would not have been given that seat. I would have probably not have made it through the security gate downstairs because I'm coming to ask for something. Here I am, coming as an individual with something to give. I'm welcomed and I have a seat right there. Why can't we bring the front line of trade? You know? Why can't we trade with Africa? Why can't we trade with our partners and bring that trade component to lift people out of that imbalance? Because if I'm coming to ask for something, I'm going to be, I don't know, did I dress properly? Did I whatever? Are they going to give me $10 if I, maybe I need 50, but if I ask for 50, will they give me? So I'll compromise and ask for 10. If I have something to sell, I'll say, this book is $3. Thank you very much. Pay your $3 or go. Or we can negotiate as equals where there's a value. I'm going to stop because I do not like to talk much. I'd rather engage and answer questions. There are practical ways on how we can move. We can use the development dollars that we have to make a difference. I'll give you one example. I've found out recently that Nova Scotia, we are all talking about the international students and all that. Nova Scotia, the University of Dal has instituted a program where people do 2 years in Africa and 2 years in Dal. How beautiful is that? It reduces the cost. It brings the best. By the time they come after 2 years, they are the best. They know what they are doing and they are going to succeed. Instead of bringing them as freshmen away from their countries, and they don't know what they're going to do. There's another example. I'm going to stay with education. You'll forgive me, my age group is right there, so I'm really looking into that. Imagine if Canadian universities did knowledge transfer, and we did that knowledge exchange, and we trained the skilled workers that we need, nurses, plumbers, and everybody, and brought them here on a level-footed exchange instead of as refugees begging and sleeping on the sidewalks and all that. Folks, this afternoon, there's something to be said about trade. Trade gives me power. Trade. If I sell something, I'm not begging. If I sell something, I'm taking my kids to school. If I get money through my government, coming through whatever, maybe 10 cents will get down to the people who need them. However, if I sell something, my children will live in dignity. That's the case I would like to make. Can we use our development dollars and invest them strategically and improve trade? That will improve the trade deficit that Canada has with Africa. I'm going to speak with Africa because I know Africa. The whole of trade with the whole continent of Africa and the country of Canada is less than what happens on the border in the East African region. I'll stop.